Hey there, Pisces. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. And if you'd like to be notified anytime I post new videos, just ring the little bell out beside it and YouTube will be sure to let you know, because I post all the time. Posting zodiacs, I think twice a month, doing some daily reads in here, some Freaky Fridays, some Magic Mondays, all sorts of good stuff. Things to help you tune in and level up into your bright, bold, beautiful self, your goldness self, the whole you. You are enough. Let's activate the whole you, because you're the only you we will ever get to know. Bring your color forward, baby, and put it in the crayon box of our world so that we can color this world with our love, your love, all of us together in all the shades of beautifulness self. So with that, Pisces, looks like underneath we're seeking that very thing, the Wheel of Fortune. We're wanting to know what makes this wheel turn in the game of life. Getting that clarity, getting that perception, doing away with some self-deception, okay? Some self-deceiving type thoughts. How do I know? Hello, you're talking totally from the bottom of the deck, and getting away with this old mindset. What you called right and true in Metatron was actually an imbalance and an old state in an old day. It was juxtaposed in a place that you could have a quick what is that? Not a release, eject at any time if things got a little too hairy, a little too scary. You got, look at that people all dilated up. Hello, that could look like my eye. It's called fight or flight, baby. And you were like, flight, baby, flight, baby, flight. And I'm like, I know. Why are you all talking here at the bottom of the deck? Because look at Ten of Wands. You're like, I know how things turn out, Joy. And I'm like, Pisces, calm down. Power's in your hands. Don't be looking ugly all like that up at yourself. Talk beautiful to yourself. There is beauty trying to reach your mind, trying to come on in, to do away with the old moon-mindedness, with the old need to be in the state of perfection in order to be rewarded. Otherwise, you would never get anything that you desired. That is so untrue, because life is coming with an offer, and the offer is for you. Life is offering you beautiful things to impress you, the Empress, right? That's to awaken the delight of oneself, to awaken the magic of who you are, to awaken the power of choice, to go forward with life, knowing that is beneficial and beautiful for you. Now, this is where we're stopping, because there's a relationship at hand. Okay. So let's put all this away, because it'd be working your mind a little bit. You're trying to keep it all tame and toned down here in the dark, acting like you don't see all this going on. But there's a little bit of stuff where you're checking from this angle and that angle and this angle and that angle, because what you seek is reciprocation. But how many people are up in this car? There's you and there's you. It is a balancing act of moving the energy of your juicy, divine, delicious self for yourself. Now, I'm not talking about the M word. If that's you, that's you. That's not the self-love that we bringing on up in here. This is of your neck, of your power, of your authority, of your divinity, of your whole mind, of knowing who you are. Remember this eye of God, the chart of what butters your bread, all right? What turns you on? What powers you up? What ignites your passion? That type of thing. Like for me, it's getting up very early. I love to be up before the sun ever comes up. Matter of fact, I like to watch the stars fade. That's when I get my juiciest energy for the day, even if I didn't have tons of sleep the night before. It's pretty much where I flow from and go from. And that's where all this energy, this bright, this exuberance comes from. It is innate and is natural. Just as these flowers are in your hair, they're blossoming and blooming here. But this is letting me know, being a 6, that this is your energy that you've been giving to others, putting forth to others, not out of a state of being wrong, because the 6 usually means that. But it can also mean man, mankind, human. Don't be offended by the 3-letter word, okay? We don't do that here at this channel, but it's being aware of the personage of otherness around you. But in this case, the other is you. The other you, the whole you. not the half you, not the part you, not the diminished you, not the part you think they want you to play, not the part you think you want to play, not the part you have played. No playing in that manner of fashion. This play on the Wheel of Fortune is the divine man. It is the freedom, it is the juiciness, it is the enjoyment, it is the very high heart, the childlikeness, the thing that celebrates being you, being in your body, being in this world full of pleasure and delights and senses. And we have this great receptive organ up here, bringing them all together. Now that's what you're talking about, all your senses here. How do I do that, Joy? How do I take a look at this in a whole different way? Okay, because this is you that you were seeking. That's what will begin to bring in this whole thing, because this other person, there is another person showing up for some of you, okay? For others, just take what is going through here and operating into self-love, in navigating this world around us, how to own your energy, how to be delighted in it, how to be juicy in it, not nonchalant or cut off, or what is that? What do I say all the time? Detached, Capricorn sun, y'all. Okay, that type of thing. But how do we get down to our juicy bits? Again, another 6 down here, a 1 and a 6. Yourself in the return of your energy. Orange. It says nurture yourself. It's funny, y'all, because I don't read these. I don't look at them out, pay attention to anything if they come out before the camera goes on, because I want to experience it with you and know the truth that is coming forward here. Now, this nurturing yourself has to do with the third eye. It has to do with looking upward into your true self, your divine self, your destiny, to see where that is going. Burgundy under it, perfect 10, awaken your passion. This is a glass for 1. You are worth celebrating. You are worth honoring. You are worth paying the price for yourself, doing the work for yourself, treating yourself, nurturing yourself, loving yourself. And that leads us to the affirmation. I write it down, y'all, of what they said. I choose to love and appreciate myself. Y'all say that with me. I choose to love and appreciate myself. That's the price that you're paying. What price is that, Joy? To choose. A choice is a decision, is an energy action, is when we take the potential and we put into action, we make that decision point, it causes the wheel to turn. And in this case, it's turning in your favor, because this is what you are actually requesting and requiring. You thought it was for another, reciprocation, because that means others. But here you're saying what you do for others, do for yourself. Or let me put it in your language. What I do for others, do for me too. That's what you're saying here, for myself too. Me included, okay? Take a sip of that, because this has been aging for some time. It is a mellow fellow. It is warm and ready, and you just need to pop it open. Speak to yourself. Use some kind words, some loving words, some deep words. Remind yourself of what you love about yourself. Also, what you love about life, right? For me, it is that sunrise. It is very important to these 2 eyes here for many reasons, more than I'll explain in this moment. So that jumps us over to the lovers. Remember, I pulled this from the deck when we were digging underneath this Wheel of Fortune of what you were wanting to know that's behind the scenes, to this 4 of Wands. This is looking like a divine marriage, a divine partnership, a celebration, a covering, a provision, and a protection that we've got going on in here. And so you're wanting to know how to bring it together. Well, see, here's a union, a relationship, and an individual and an individual. The thing is we're to each stay in our own color when we go into a connection, into a relationship of any sort, okay? That is parent and child. That is boss and employee. That has to do with these type of things. And that's why we're often saying, well, love, no, it's love and respect. Okay? Love and respect for another, love and respect for yourself, love and respect for the relationship. The relationship is the third party. A relationship is a two-way street. That's why it can occur with anybody. These are called connections. All right, not chemistry, not community. It goes beyond it. It goes into the connection, okay? And that's when it can facilitate and move both ways. So underneath that we're going to take a little background on this before we get into this other energy going on around you, okay? So it's another return of the energy, the pearl connect to the divine. This is the divine return to yourself. This is very much coming along with Big Papa. That type of energy is knowing thyself, delighting in thyself, and in many ways, great and small, in the dailies. In the permission, like the blossoms that bloom. You don't just grow a rose bush to have one rose bloom on the thing. No, you want it to keep coming. You want life to keep wooing you in, nurturing you, nourishing you, exciting you, fulfilling you, satisfying you. It's kind of like food. We can't eat a whole lifetime at once, can we? Sorry, shoes are about to drop. You hear it? Okay. It's more than that. It has to do with this. The power is in your hand, lemon, to zest, to invigorate, to awaken, to enliven, that type of thing. Access innovative thinking. Innovative thinking. Sorry, I can't speak English. Okay. But this is like, the life gets you lemons, make lemonades. I'm just saying, you know what? Spritz your water, whatever, brighten things up. Add that zest and that essence that is you from knowing thyself. You don't just take things as they come. Life wants you to dance with, to mingle, to interact. Just like the lemon in the water and the sugar, those are components coming together. Life wants to combine with you, wants to create with you, wants to love on you, and wants to experience your innovation, your input, your perspective. So this isn't just something like that. And this is also hearkening to this bond, this connection. Feeling free to be yourself, your full self, and not keep waiting for what you put out to come back and feed you. No, they're saying what you give to the world, give to yourself. Are you hearing me? Because those are showing up like hearing aid batteries. They require a lot of batteries, some power, because it takes a lot to hear this, okay? What you give to others, also give to yourself. Okay, and that's a preventative measure, because sometimes I've been in a state. Well, I went through about 40 years of it. Like I'm the little red hen. I get the grain of wheat. I plant the grain of wheat. I grow the grain of wheat. I harvest the grain of wheat. I grind the wheat. I do the whole thing la-di-da-di-da. You ask, do you want to help? Do you want to help? No, no, no. And eventually little red hen bakes the bread. And they're like, oh, I want to help. I want to help. And she's like, no. This is mine. And it's that type of thing where I've been along where I bake the pie, right? And had plenty enough for everyone to enjoy and have a piece. And then people come along and think that I'm so busy, happy, and fulfilled all up in myself. Oh, Joy doesn't mind. She looks happy. She looks so good. Look at that. She won't mind if I have her piece. She doesn't look like she wants it. It's like, no, I just hadn't taken time to stop and get around to it. And that's what you're saying here. Missing message. Take time for you to stop, feed yourself, nourish yourself, nurture yourself. If you're an encourager, encourage yourself. If you're a lover, love yourself. If you're a great friend, be a good friend to yourself. What you're often pouring out into others, save yourself a piece. All right? Because just like when you bake bread long before stores were around, you had to grow that yeast, and it took about a good long week to 10 days. Once you have plenty of it, you leaven the dough and you always pinch back a piece. So you make more than enough. And realize that more than enough is not so that you can keep giving, because the feeling that you get from the generosity and the connection, that is not enough. That is spiritual. And this is talking about your physical body. And that connection from your spirit, your soul, to your physical body then nourishes and nurtures your mind, which is where you have been depleting, okay? And that's why they're telling you to look up, pay attention, connect. Realize that life is ready to celebrate you. Okay, friend? Now, with that, we're stepping into the other person, the other side, the other two legs of the table, the chair, the foundation, this covering, this provision and protection and prosperity type thing. We have the Hermit coming in. So this is taking a better look, a closer look. There's a bit of a mind-bending mirror going on here. Some indecision. You can see some caving at the knees, some instability of understanding, like still seeking a little bit more. But I'll tell you, if it's making you a little weak in the knees, that's not like, I'm weak in the knees. That's more, it may be under a burden, a little bit of worry, pressing yourself, pushing yourself, going too much, okay? Or maybe you're pressing and pushing this other person. This is talking to two groups of people here, right? So hear it like that. That is not how we operate. You would not want that to come at you the same way, okay? They're talking about not being uptight, pushy, that type of thing. Relax, ease out. Let the profusion of your experience of how you were when you met, how you are with yourself, or how you are in this case with others, or how you were when you met this person. Either way, okay? Because this is some from self to self, and from some this is from self to another person. So if they met you, that's what they liked. They liked who you are, not just for what you give. They liked that profusion. Look at this, all this beauty, all these trumpets, all these little things, these dynamic things about you that you aren't even aware of, that you take for granted, that is there, that is part of your innateness of who you are. And this says enjoy clear hearing. That's funny that we were talking about hearing up here. Are you hearing this? Enjoy who you are. That's the thing. You're letting some stuff fug up on your mind and messes up and trying to say, and it's creating conversations or ideas, or you're trying to communicate in a certain way. Or, remember how we talked about not being who you think they think you should be, or the part of you that you think you should be, or the part that you should play. No. They're saying, you be you. Let's celebrate. Because that's part of what you're talking about here in this divine relationship connection is the third party. You and yourself, them and themselves. And the relationship is its own party, its own person. Or you and yourself, life, and then the relationship between the two, okay? So they're saying, ease up. Don't let that darkness shadow turning play on your mind. It's making you uptight. It's worrying, making you wonder, and it's pigeonholing you. Okay? And that is what is making you squeak like the neck of a balloon. And so then you try harder and you give more and you're exhausting. And then your juiciness dries up. Okay. Now, underneath that mall, 43, which is another return of your energy, we have 41 coming in. And that has to do with like that 4 of Wands going on up there. Overcome your challenges, plum. So this is like that veil. Let's look closely. Yes, this card has been under a little bit of demolition. Like you may have had a bump or a bruise or a scar or two here or there. And that's left a bit of a veil over your mind's eye, over your chart. Okay, over these things. And so just clearing that away. And that's what this does when you nurture and nourish yourself. Or as we said, I choose to love and appreciate myself. These veils, these, what are they, specters, those type of things, they fade and they dissipate. It's like fog or mist. It just blows away. The cobwebs, it cleanses them on out. All right. And with that brings in this 15, the action of celebration. Look at the freedom and the openness there. The rhythm, the tune, the dancing, the moving about. See what once stood in the way between you, that veil, that diminishing of your vision is now part of your dance. It's part of your whole mind. You're able to move it behind you and to express yourself and to move around with it as opposed to it dominating and getting between you and yourself. All right, put it in the place where it belongs. And then that does a bit of this. We got Ladybird, accept happiness and good fortune coming in. It's a bit upside down. It is incoming, but I would say let's receive the offer. Okay, let's receive this opportunity. See, there are wishes that this has to do with. This has an unfurling, an unfoldment, a revelation coming along with it. But I can tell you, ladybugs are beneficial. Now, don't necessarily hold them when spring has sprung, because that's about the only time they will bite. But other than that, they're always beneficial, okay? Because they work towards removing the aphids, the things that suck the sap, that drain the sweetness of life, that could put you from this beauty and mindset over into this stuff, okay? That pigeonholes you in, that narrows you in, that causes you to kind of panic and to get into this state, right? Of hurting yourself, stressing yourself, worrying yourself, that type of thing. Putting yourself between a rock and a hard place. It's kind of Cruella de Vil. It's kind of like old day, old ways, what you're talking about here. And it diminishes your connection to your destiny, that red string of fate. And when we connect to that, that's when we can exhibit our goldness self, okay? The zestiness of life, the thing that is uniquely you. That then you connect with that, with your destiny, and the good comes in. But here it's cut off. It's cut off. It's beneath that old tricky mind that was still caught up in this type of energy. All right. So I would encourage you, friend, to allow this to be cleansed. Okay. To show that love to yourself that you're giving to others. To always consider yourself part. When you're a host or a hostess, remember to take time to enjoy the party as well. Not just check on everyone else. Check on yourself. Enjoy what you're serving up. All right. I love you. I'm trying to see, is there anything else we got going on? No. Let's just remember. All right. Life loves you too. Okay, Pisces. Now, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. Also, leave your comments and your compliments and check back in. All these are timeless reads, even the dated ones where your soul and your spirit and your guides lead you. They are not wrong. Listen for the resonance and the confirmation in your own heart, because only you know your journey. It's not what I have to say. It is what you are hearing that is to your benefit. I am glad you're here, bold, bright, beautiful self, and you are leveling up into your goldness. Woo, woo. Time to celebrate you. Okay, celebrate the moments of your life. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.